So you may own an F-150 and wondering how they hold up over time, or you may be looking at buying a used one and wondering if it's a good choice or not. So I'm going to go over some of the stuff that I've discovered with my truck since I've had it, and tell you some of the good stuff with it and my overall impression of how these trucks have performed, at least for me in the short time that I've had it. But I think it's a pretty good point to do an evaluation on it. This is a 2016 XLT crew cab. I bought it in June of 2017. It was a lease truck when I bought it. It had 22,000 miles on it, and I have just a little bit over 60,000 on it right now. So that's about the gist of it as far as the mileage and a little bit of the history that the truck had before I bought it. And I wasn't looking at buying brand new. I did want to buy a used truck, so this was appealing to me to buy a used one with lower mileage on it and to keep it for a long time and hopefully hope that it holds up over time. And so far it's been pretty good. And I'll go over a little trip around the truck. The Raptor grill, that did not come on it. I put that on myself. I do have a video of how to install those grills, and I'll leave a link to that at the end of it if you would like to do one of those yourself. They're really not too hard. It wasn't too bad, but I have a pretty good detailed video on how to do it. But we'll go to the inside and go over some stuff in there too. The interior has held up pretty good. I take my dog, not a lot, but with me quite a bit. Enough so that every spring I have to vacuum out this back because it's just full of hair from when I take him during the winter time. I don't take him as much during the summer because it's too hot to leave him in the truck when I go places, but the interior has held up pretty good. Not too many people sit back here. It's empty most of the time. Interior on the inside is held up pretty well. It's just your standard F-150. Is really nothing too glamorous about it overall. I just wanted to show you the fuel economy real quick so you can see what I've been averaging. I get about 20 miles a gallon, which is pretty standard for a truck like this. You're not going to get super great gas mileage with it, but it's been pretty decent. Most of my driving is done mostly stop and go. My commute to work's 20 miles, mixed between stoplights and some more traveled roads, like around 50 miles per hour. I don't do any highway. But as far as things that I've done with the truck since I've had it, I did replace the tires on it. I put those on last spring. This was my first winter with them. They are the Discover AT3 from Cooper. Really good tires. I have a 10,000 mile review on these tires as well. I can link that at the end, or it's under my playlist under the F-150 for the truck. The only other thing that I've done to this, as far as maintenance wise, I've replaced the front rotors and pads on the truck. I replaced the pads on all of it at one point, but I believe I had a sticking caliper and it trashed my front rotors, and the pads were just really uneven, and so I had to replace pretty much the whole thing on the front as far as the pads and the rotors go. I did have an issue with, I don't know if it was this wheel or the other one, but one of the pins on the caliper stuck and it started to wear down the new pad that I just bought a little bit, but I caught it pretty early and I was able to get the pin unstuck, so it started to wear evenly after that. But other than that, maintenance wise, it's been great. There's been a few recalls on the 2016 F-150. Nothing that's been really serious, at least from what I've encountered. The most serious recall the truck has had was, that I'm aware of at this point, was the doors on some of the F-150s were not closing properly. There's videos on YouTube of people opening the door, and instead of the door closing and latching like that, it would actually bounce off the frame and come back. And there was a recall on that. I had the recall repair done, but I did not have that issue with this truck at the time. But it's one of those repairs that pretty much they do it on all the trucks that come in because it is a safety thing. This truck also has the 5-liter. It was one of the criteria that I did want for the truck. This does come with 2 EcoBoost engines, one bigger than the other one. I would have gotten the larger EcoBoost engine if it was, came push to shove and I couldn't find any other truck that I wanted. I would have gotten one of the EcoBoost ones, but I really wanted the 5-liter for this truck, and this is just such a good motor. I can't say enough good things about it. These have performed well in the Mustangs, and these have performed well for these trucks as well from what I've seen, and it's been a really good motor, so I don't foresee having any problems with it down the road, which is good because, like I said, I do plan on keeping this for a while, so not having motor issues is a huge plus. I didn't mention it before, but it does have 60,891 miles on it, so I'm a little bit over the 60,000 mile mark, but I wanted to do this review when I hit that point, kind of like a good reference point of when to do a review on a truck. So I just kind of wanted to start it at that point. I'll probably do another one on this truck when I hit 100,000 with it, see how it's held up, because I do plan on keeping it for a while. And this is the model that does not have the 10-speed transmission. I think they did that starting in 2018 and up with a 10-speed, so I don't have the 10-speed, but that's okay. It does have a bed liner in it that came with the truck. I didn't put it in. I would like to do a Line X on this at some point. I just haven't got around to getting it done. And the exterior is pretty dirty. I haven't washed this truck in quite a while. The winter was rough, and I sprayed it down quite often throughout the winter. And I'll get into that a little bit more now that I kind of remembered it. I'll show you the underside of the truck. Hopefully the camera picks it up a little bit. But the overall condition of the frame, and I do live in the Northeast, and we get a ton of snow, and they treat the roads with all kinds of stuff. But the frame itself is holding up extremely well. I have done some undercoat on it for rust prevention, just stuff that I sprayed on myself, so that may have helped. But hopefully that showed up on camera. It is really dark underneath there, but if you couldn't make it out, the frame is in really good shape. There's no rust spots or anything, and we do get a lot of snow where I live, so the truck itself is holding up really well. And one of the reasons why I wanted to get a 2016 and up is because of the aluminum body, so you don't have to worry about the body ever rusting out. So as long as you keep the undercarriage in good shape and treat it and do any kind of rust preventative maintenance on it, it should last a long time, which is my goal with this. So hopefully it continues to be problem free for the foreseeable future anyway. We'll take one more quick look at the interior before I end this video. It's held up pretty well. I just recently cleaned it, so it's in pretty good condition overall as far as how clean it is. I could probably use it again, but should have seen it before. It was pretty bad. That's my total life savings and the total amount of money you can make on YouTube, so not a very lucrative career. Actually, I don't even make any money off YouTube. My channel's too small. But that's enough for now, I guess. I just wanted to do a quick review on this truck and how it's been for me. Maintenance-wise, no issues at all with it. It's been really good. It rides good. It's been a really good, solid truck, and I don't have any issues with having bought it since I've had it. So, it's been a total of 3 years now, or 3 years next month in June. It will be 3 years since I've had it. So it's been a great truck. So if you're in the market for an F150, looking to buy a used one, I wouldn't have any qualms about getting one. They seem to be really good, solid trucks. And this is the first full-size truck that I bought. I've had other Rangers back when they made those. but this is the first full-size one I've had, and I've been happy with it. So if you're looking to buy one, hopefully you have the same kind of luck that I've had. Of course, there's always a few that are going to have some problems, but that's, you know, how it goes with any automobile these days, so you can't avoid that. But thanks for watching, everyone. If you like the video, appreciate the watch and appreciate your like on the video, and make sure to check out the other stuff on my channel about this F150, and there's all kinds of other content on this channel. And actually in my next video that I'm doing, I'm going to go over like an entire channel overview for what this channel actually is going to be and the direction that it's going in. So appreciate everybody watching, and thank you very much, and until next time.